Welcome to the deep dive.
Hi there.
Today, we're taking a closer look at some source material covering, the 12 project management principles.
Right.
Our mission really is to unpack these and pull out the core insights that, might actually help you figure out what's most useful.
Absolutely. And it sounds formal. Project management principles, maybe a bit dry.
Yeah, kind of.
But this source actually frames them as a really dynamic, insightful guide. Valuable, I think, not just for PMs, but for anyone tackling complex stuff.
Any big task, really, where clear thinking helps.
Structure and clarity.
Okay, so let's dig in. The source lays out 12, but it feels more like a compass than, say, a rigid map.
Definitely a compass. And it starts with some pretty foundational ideas first.
Like what?
Well, the first one mentioned is being a diligent, respectful, and caring steward.
Okay, stewardship. What does that mean in practice, according to the source?
It's framed as more than just, basic ethics. It's about actively managing all sorts of resources. Money, yes, but also environmental impact, people.
The human side.
Exactly.
Yeah.
With integrity and thinking about the bigger impact, positive impact.
So it connects the how of the project to the why and who it affects. That feels important.
Yeah, it broadens the scope of responsibility.
And that links pretty closely to another principle the source emphasizes, focus on value.
Right. Big one.
How does it suggest we, actually do that? It's easy to say, harder to do.
True. It talks about continuous evaluation, like really checking in regularly.
Check and what?
Whether the project is still on track to deliver the intended benefits, the real value you are aiming for, not just finishing tasks.
Okay. So constantly asking, are we going to get the outcome we wanted?
Exactly. And being willing to adjust to pivot if the answer is maybe no.
So we've got this ethical stewardship foundation and this constant focus on real value. But projects are messy, right? Context matters.
Totally. Which leads perfectly into another principle. Tailor based on context.
Tailoring. The source mentions applying just enough process. I like that phrase.
Me too. It's key. It pushes back against that one-size-fits-all mentality.
Which can be really inefficient.
Or stifling. The source suggests looking at the project's actual characteristics, size, complexity, the team you have, the environment it's in.
And then deciding the right level of governance.
Yeah. The right methods, the right amount of oversight. Not too much, which is bureaucratic.
But not too little either.
Right. That's just chaos. So you tailor the how to fit the specific what and who.
Makes total sense. Using the right tool for the job. What about when things inevitably go sideways, change happens?
Yes. That's where embrace adaptability and resiliency comes in.
Okay. So not just reacting.
Not just reacting. The source frames it more as building in the capacity to adapt and recover.
Yeah.
Right from the start. Things like flexible planning, using feedback loops effectively,
Right.
Building a team culture that can actually respond well when things shift or, problems pop up unexpectedly.
Building in robustness, basically.
Exactly. Resilience.
Yeah. So looking back at the source material then, these 12 principles, they're presented as a pretty flexible framework.
That's the feel, yeah. Guiding ideas for navigating complexity.
We touched on, stewardship, value, tailoring, adaptability.
Just a few key ones. The source covers the whole range. Stakeholders, quality, team leadership, risk. It's comprehensive.
But guides, not rigid rules.
Yeah, definitely. More like concepts to help make better decisions in a world that's always changing.
Right. So thinking about that, especially the ideas of tailoring, using just enough process, and building in adaptability, it makes you wonder, well, how might applying those kinds of ideas change the way you, the listener, choose what information to even focus on, or how you structure your approach when you need to learn something new, or tackle your own big task? Food for thought.